Hi, everybody. Welcome. This is the Happiness Tribe weekly team Zoom. It is Monday, February 19th, President's Day. I hope a lot of people had off today if you actually work and you got a lot done. So I just started recording this. This recording will be up online as soon as I download it. Last week it took a while because we had a 2-hour meeting. So it took a really long time to download. We are going to get everybody to do the mud masks that we sent out. Give me comments, guys, if you want to do it or if you want to wait for a bunch of people to do it. This is my thought, right? I wanted to do this so that we could, I don't know how you guys are viewing this. I'm viewing it with everybody, like all the boxes. So if we have everybody who has on a mud mask, we could, take a picture like this of everybody and then take a picture of everybody with the mud mask. And then we do a quick post. Nobody's going to see nobody's really going to know who it is because we're all going to have the mask on our face. But I just thought it was a cute, that's definitely a curiosity post if I've ever seen one. So people would be like, oh, what is that? What do you guys got going on? Doing fun team things, right? So let me know if you guys want to do it tonight or if you want to fill the screen with everybody having it, and we'll wait until next week till the rest of the people get it. I mean, I did send out the original, Josie and them who originally said that they wanted it there in Canada. I still sent it. I sent it, so you guys, you should be getting it if you haven't gotten it already. Anybody who was on that list, I sent to.
I think those 28 people that you've sent it to, we would just need to make sure, maybe you follow up with each one of them and make sure that they actually get on the Zoom, because we have 15 faces only. And so of these 15 faces that I can see, y'all don't know who I'm seeing, but if you have your face showing and I see you, raise your hand if you have a mud mask to use. So there's about 10 of the 15. So of the 46 people, we have 10 that have it. And if you've sent 28, out of your own product, I think those 28 people should be on and committed and doing it, because that was your agreement. It was, if you are going to be on for sure, and you want a mud mask, let me know. So I would just think that those 28 people actually need, in my opinion. And I have 20 as well that I can send out. But again, it would need to be an agreement that you're going to be willing to put it all over your face on a Zoom and take a picture. So,
guys, it shouldn't be embarrassing because nobody's going to see who you. No, it's going to be a screenshot, and nobody's going to see who you are. They're not going to be like, "Oh my God, that's so and so." You know what I mean? It's little, so just work with us. Try we're going to try to do fun things. I like to do a lot of contests, but if people aren't going to participate, it makes no sense to have them, right?
So if y'all want to do it tonight, we can do it tonight because there's about 10 of us. But it might be better if we have a full screen of people.
That was my thought. I mean, my screen, I see 20. I see 20 boxes, so.
Yeah, I see 20 boxes, and of the 20, about 10 of them.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, I see a lot of names. So.
Okay, if you're on my team and you don't have a mud mask and you were willing to do it next Monday, send me your address and a PM.
All right, guys? Okay, cool. All right, so we will get down to business then. So let's see. All right, a couple of things. Like I said, I want to welcome all the new Ellepreneurs on the call. We have a bunch of new people, a bunch of people I want to congratulate for ranking up. Honestly, I do not have the list in front of me because it is ridiculously long. We had so many people that ranked up. It's amazing. You guys are rocking and rolling. Last month, just so you know, I don't know if I mentioned this, our team did over 115,000, or 111,000, something like that combined. We are already at, I think I just looked right before we logged on. I mean, literally within minutes, it keeps on growing and growing and growing. And our full team we were coming up on $160,000 today. Yeah, guys, that's crazy. You guys are killing it. And I like, it's just, you really are, you're like blowing my mind. Like really, it's just amazing. Did you think that a coffee business would be this awesome? This amazing, you know? And the reality is that it really isn't just a coffee business. We are selling happiness. So if that's not a conversation starter, like, holy shit, like what do you sell? We sell happiness. Like it really, it's everybody gets intrigued by that. So I just wanted, like I said, I just wanted to congratulate everybody. It's been pretty awesome. I want to give you a couple of updates, one of which is I spoke to Robbie earlier. We are updated for shipping as of February 12th, okay? So that's not so far away as of today. And there are a couple that fell through the cracks on the 9th and the 11th, but they're catching up with those as well. So we're getting there. We are getting there. So I just wanted to tell you about that. Anybody who is missing something from an order, that they have gone out. And then the other issue that we were experiencing last week that we were talking about was people signing up underneath other people. So with all the research that we've been doing, and I know we spoke about this, we touched on it last week, it is more of a consumer issue than it is a website issue. So what's been going on is we have wonderful people, and some of them may be on this call this evening, who purchased Google Ads, right? And it's perfectly okay to do. It's what, you know, that's how they run their business. And what's going on is that if you send your customer your link, which is what you're supposed to be doing, the reason why they're going to somebody else is because they're not putting it in the web browser, they're putting it in the search bar. Does that make sense? You know that there's the two different ones, the www or the HTTP. That is the browser bar. They're not putting it in there. They're putting it in the search bar underneath it. So it's searching for Elevacity. The first thing that's coming up is it's searching for Elevacity. And that's why all of the network marketers, the internet marketers, are getting those orders. All right. So you need to be very specific with your customers and tell them to make sure it goes into that HTTP, you know, the browser bar. This way they know. But they were supposed to update it, or they are, or they have. I haven't had a chance to go in today to look, but they're supposed to be right before you're ready to order. There should be something that's going to, if it hasn't already, it's going to pop up that says, this is Maria and Mark Giambroni's website, okay? Before you go to place your order. This way your customer sees if it's your name or it's not your name. Does everybody get that? Understand? Right? This way at least there's no confusion, and then nobody could turn around and say, oh my God, I didn't know, I didn't realize it until after. It's going to be right up there. So, okay, sorry. So, so that's an update that they're working on that. All right. What else do we have? I'm going to give you some information. Well, I'll wait till next week when we talk about when we do the mud mask. I'll talk about the benefits of the mud mask and everything. This way everybody gets an idea of exactly what it does, but it is pretty powerful. One thing that, like, even if you read the box and you have no idea, it really does help with scars. So over the summer we were testing it out with a bunch of people, and they put the mud on half of a scar, and within a couple of weeks that part of the scar was gone. So it's pretty cool. Like it's all minerals, so it has a lot of great things for your skin. I know there's been a lot of who's going to convention, who's, what days are you going, this and that. We really need to narrow this down on rooms and stuff. We have about, Britt, would you say that there was like 65 people from your team alone going?
We have like 70.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, that's wonderful. The only problem is that not everybody has registered a ticket. And it's not just with our groups, it's with, on a whole. So we could say that we're going, but until you register, they have no idea if you're going or not. All right. So go in and register your ticket, get your rooms, get your roommates. Let's get this cracking. Brittany and I have a bunch of gifts that we have for everybody to get you there. There's also the secret promotion or whatever you call it that we have going on that we can't talk about out in the open. If you have not received your tickets, you will receive them soon. If you do not receive them, just call customer service and tell them that tell them that you haven't received them and that you are going. I know Brent was on the phone with them earlier today. He said that they were very helpful. They worked everything out with him. So, if you could get them on the phone, just do that or shoot them an email to let them know that you are going if you have not received your ticket yet. All right. And then let us know if anybody is in need of tickets, because there are still probably a couple of people that are who bought the packs that can't go, that are looking to, well, actually at that point you have to get it back for product, but there are people who may be able to still buy tickets. All right. Does anybody have any questions about convention? I know everybody's waiting for an itinerary. The itinerary, we don't have a full itinerary out yet, but I know that it starts at 9 o'clock on Friday, and they're going to typically go between 5 and 7 o'clock at night. Nothing too crazy, but it is going to be, a pretty packed day for both days. Same thing with, I believe Saturday is going to be the same thing. Starts at 9 o'clock. I don't know if you guys have checked out the Happiness Convention website, but we have some pretty cool speakers. I mean, we have some really good stuff that's going to go on. So it's going to be pretty awesome. If you could get there, if you live in the area, if you're within driving distance, please, please, please try to get there. It's going to be a terrific team building experience. We have a lot of people going, and it's going to be fun. 5 years from now, when our business is like crazy booming, you're going to be like, oh my God, I was at the first one, or damn it, I missed that first one. I can't believe it. You don't know how important it is to what you get out of these until you actually get there. It really is unlike anything else. So really try to get there. If there's anybody on the fence, please let us know, and we'll try to figure out, what we could do to try to make it work for you. All right. I'm trying to see, hold on. At this point, does anybody have any questions? No? Wow. All right. I want to talk about Strive for 5. On Wednesday, was it Wednesday? Wednesday or Thursday was our first major pay period for our monthly bonuses. Now, for those of you who don't know, we get paid weekly on Fridays, and I'll just go over this quick because it looks like there's a bunch of new people on. We get paid every Friday. Those Friday checks consist of any retail orders or any promoter packs that you sell from 2 weeks prior. All right. So our week ends on Tuesday at 11:59 p.m. Central Time. So everything leading up to that Tuesday at 11:59 p.m., you get paid 2 Fridays from then. All right. And you're getting paid, write this down. If you don't know this, you get paid on promoter packs and retail orders. Those are your weeklies. Your monthly, which should be a big check, is you get paid on the 15th of every month. And in that check, it includes all of your maps and all of your matching bonuses. Now, we had some people who were saying, well, it wasn't as big as I thought it was going to be. I thought these were supposed to be big checks and blah, blah, blah. And then we look at the account, and your team is not building, right? So you have maps in there, and you're getting paid on those maps. You're getting paid on those order ships, but you're not getting paid on people on your matching bonus unless your team is selling, unless your team is growing. So you're getting 0% on 0%. You're getting 100, if you're looking to get 110% on what your people are doing and your people aren't building, you're not making any money, guys. So you really have to make sure that your team is building. Get your 5 and then help them to grow their business to get their 5s. That is the easiest way I could tell you. That's going to be the most efficient way for you to grow your business. And if you do that, you're going to explode. I'm not telling you to place under other people. I'm telling you, just work with your team to grow their business, right? Get on three-way calls, three-way chats, get us involved. Let's get this going so you have a very solid foundation. All right? Strive for 5. You get your 5 and help them get their 5. Okay? If you do that, you will see a lot of success. Go ahead, Brett.
And also for the monthly, last month, some people said, well, I never got a check. It was, and you were like, if you had volume and you still didn't make a check, it was probably because all of your volume was weekly. So what that means is every customer that you had was a retail customer. Every promoter that you had joined with a promoter pack, those pay out weekly. And then let's say your promoters didn't do anything yet. You wouldn't get a monthly check for that, okay? So just keep that in mind too as we're getting here towards the end of the month. Well, I mean, we're really not, but it seems like we're getting it to the end of the month.
We are. There's only 10 days left, so yeah, we are.
We've got 10 days. So let's say you get a new promoter tomorrow and that promoter enrolls some customers and some promoters. Well, then they've got some volume, but then next month they don't get a paycheck. And they're like, why didn't I get a monthly paycheck? Well, it's because everything they did probably in those last few days was retail. They still get paid on it, but it was a weekly paycheck, not a monthly paycheck. And that'll get a lot easier once we get the back office updated so we can see a breakdown in our monthly and you won't have any surprises there. People will know what they're making and the fact that they're not making a monthly paycheck. So that'll get better, but just for this month, know that if you don't get a monthly paycheck, it's because you didn't have any auto ship customers or your team didn't.
Yep. It's that simple. 110% of 0 is still 0, right? So that's why you have to help yourself. You have to really help your team to grow. And you will see, I mean, there are people who called me and they were blown away. They were like, oh my God, I made $900. Like, you know, like this is a big deal, guys. What we have here is very, very attainable. And unlike anything most of us have experienced before. So it's pretty awesome. Britt, you or Joseph want to talk about the 240 so we clear that up as well?
Yeah, hold on one second. Okay.
So basically, as you start unlocking, I assume you're talking about the 22% check match unlocking? Okay.
Yep. As
you start unlocking your teams deep, so once you help your 5 people get their 5 people, what that's going to do is unlock a 22% check match that goes 5 levels deep throughout the width of your organization. The only thing with that is to be commission qualified, you have to have $40 in personal volume every month. Once you start unlocking those, that $40 goes up and it maxes out at $240. So you'll need to order $240 in personal volume to make sure that you're getting levels 4 and 5 in that check match. I don't remember what the middle qualifier numbers are.
So all that means, guys, is if your team or anybody under you is building a team, so if you personally are all doing retail customers, this isn't to you. But let's say you've got one person under you that's building a team, and they're building a team pretty deep and wide. You want to maximize. You want to make all the dollars that you can make on them. So what I'm telling you is there is a qualifier, and the company hasn't said, hey, Brittany, make sure. This is just something that we found looking at all the fine prints of everything we've gotten from the comp plan. We don't have an official comp plan out yet, but this is just something we found. And we want to make sure that you guys understand that it is in there. And we talked to support and this, that, and the other, and it is in there. So if you have someone under you that's building a team or several people building a team, just make sure that you have 240 personal volume. Now, most people do the first month, so that's why we didn't bring it up last month, really, because most people that's building a team came in with a promoter pack, so you already had it. But this month, if you're trying to cheat the system, I say, or bonus buy or loophole, so you got your mama you're ordering product through instead of yourself, don't do that. You're going to cut yourself out of a lot of commission. I know we order a ton of product for trials, and for us to use, and like his brothers, his dad's uncles, whatever, they don't like deal with online stuff, so we have to order. Anyways, we just do it all through our account. So we have plenty of personal volume every single month, so there won't be an issue. If you're worried at all, you can put your auto ship to 240. So we have our auto ship set to 240 volume, so we'll never have that issue. The other thing too is if you're planning on hitting platinum, which there's several on our team going to hit platinum this month or next month, in order for you to get the lifestyle bonus, you have to have at least 80 in volume. If you were qualified for the stock, you have to have at least 80 in personal volume. So we just are playing it safe and just setting it up for 240. Just looking it up.
I've got it right here. So basically,
it's on that graphic we've shared.
Yeah, it's on the graphic, but I've got it pulled up right here. If you have one person underneath you and they have 3 under them, at least, you need to have $160 on auto ship.
Or you one-time orders personally.
Yeah. Not just on auto ship. That's all your personal orders. You need to have at least 160 in personal volume. When you get your third person with at least 3 under them, you need to have at least 200 in personal volume. And then at the 4th and 5th, it's 240. There's the same at 2 and at 4 and 5. So yeah, maximum that you ever need to buy for anything unlocking, that's lifestyle bonuses and all of this, is 240. So that's what we did just to be safe. But yeah, if you're hitting platinum or getting any of the stock qualifiers, which let's see.
Yeah, 240 is the max. And yes, your auto ship does count towards that. So you could just have it all set up on auto ship if you want. So we have dose for both of us, which is 160. And then we have a couple of extra tubs to sell, I think, so that it's 240 or whatever. So anyways, we just wanted to touch on that because there are a lot of people now this month that have teams that are building teams, and we're like, holy smokes. And we have a lot of people that haven't ordered anything all month. We just want to make sure you guys know that or saw that, because it is on that flyer we shared on our comp plan link.
Yeah.
So.
Any questions about that before? I mean, it gets complex quickly.
Okay.
We want to make sure that we're clear on that, guys, because we don't want you to miss out on any money.
Yeah, that could be a huge chunk of money that you're missing out on by. And I think most people that are building teams on our team are ordering that much product. I mean, you are, but just make sure you're ordering it through your own account so you don't screw yourself.
Yeah.
And, in around months 5 and 6, you may slow down on the trial packs that you're selling out, so you may slow down on the amount of product you need. Just make sure that you are hitting the qualifiers you need to get all the money you possibly can.
Yeah, and hopefully Keto Cray will be available for us to put on auto ship. So a lot of people will be putting that on their auto ship and then getting 160 for free from the company. And so, you'd be able to put your Keto Cray and maybe anything extra you want. Like I think we have we got the Pure Drops, I think, on our auto ship, because I love putting those in my water. They're really, really good too. And it's 40 on auto ship. So
if you guys, you know what, I'll do a little bit about the Pure Drops as well after, but yeah, that's a really good idea to put them on auto ship, because that's very beneficial to have in your body as well. Anybody? All right. So once convention comes, we will have more availability to see stuff in the back, in the back office. It's going to be more user-friendly, and we will be able to see ranks in real time. We will be able to see money in real time. But you just give us the next 10 days until we get to convention, and all of that should roll out. Sorry, these dogs are barking, crying. It should be smooth sailing. Again, we're in pre-launch, guys. I know it's very frustrating, but the reality is that it's still, as frustrating as it is, we're still able to get stuff done, right? There should be nothing that holds you back from being able to work this business. Obviously, if we did $160,000 in volume this month, where people are able to work, right? So don't let anything hinder you. If you need help, reach out, let us know, and we will get we'll get you the answers that you need. I do want to touch on, let me just put this dog down, I'm sorry. Sorry, my puppies are like Houdini. They jump the gate and they get out, which they're out again. But I do want to touch base on what we were saying earlier about the thread, the team thread, the Happiness Tribe thread. It's the feedback that we're getting is that most people are shutting it off because it's the same questions over and over and over again. So we don't want people to get aggravated by being in the thread if they don't feel like they're getting anything of value out of it. A lot of times we'll see the same, the same questions, and sometimes it's a matter of scrolling and sometimes it's on the same screen, guys. So, and this is the thing, and I'm very big on this. I teach my directs how to navigate the system and figure it out, right? If I die tomorrow, they could run their business fine. There's no problems. They could jump right in and they could get the information. So we need all of you as leaders to take the lead and to be resourceful and to try to, navigate the system and go in the back office and stuff like that and mull around and really utilize the tribe team page, because that has pretty much everything that everybody asks. It's on there, right? And like I said, I don't want people to feel like the team thread is so annoying that nobody wants to hear it anymore. But again, it's the same questions over and over. And it's perfect that, we want people to ask questions, but try to find the answer first before you go and ask. I mean, I do, we have a pretty huge team, and I have to be honest with you guys, I spend about 90% of my day doing customer service with the team, right? And that's not how any of us should be running our business. And again, I know it's new and, we got to get some of the kinks out, but we have to be a little more resourceful in order to get your business going. All right. So utilize your smaller team threads. You can put me in them. I'm totally happy to be in them. Send me personal messages on your own and ask me questions. I'm happy to do that. But everybody has, guys, think about the big picture here. You guys are the leaders in this company. Legitimately, we are in the company. You are all in this company before we even launch. You are the leaders. This is going to be a big business for you, right? Whether you think so or not, because mostly everybody just got in a month ago or so, but this is going to be significant. So utilize your own leadership abilities and, try to create your own ways of finding out information and getting things done, if that makes any kind of sense to everybody. All right. Because you are the leaders. You have to be able to lead your team. All right. With that being said, yesterday we did max out of our Happiness Tribe page. So I tried to put a bunch of people in. I couldn't, because we have so many people on there. So what was going on before was that we just asked if you muted or you didn't want to be a part of it, just pull yourself out. This way the people who really wanted to be a part of it could utilize it. But again, please go to the Happiness Tribe page first to look at questions and answers, the facts and how to get started, and what site you use first. Do I use Ellepreneur site? Do I use the Elevacity site? All of that's in there, guys. So just please try to utilize that first. All right. It's only going to benefit you. The other thing, what I did in the beginning, I'm more knowledgeable in it now. But in the beginning, I went through our website and I had my index cards and I said, okay, Xanthromax does this. And I wrote everything down. And, Mud does this, and I wrote everything down. And I just had them so that when people would ask me, I would flip through my cards and know what they did. And then it becomes second nature, because then you're talking about it all the time, and especially if you're using it, you have your own personal experience too. So even with this, I know I showed you guys this before, but this is my planner, which I have to change some of the things that are on it. But this is my organizer. I'm very old school, and everything in the back, I created more tabs, and everything has to do with our business. We have comp plan. I have everything in here from our business. So it's quick, it's easy, and you can see everything. All right. So with that being said, I just wanted to touch for a couple of minutes on Xanthromax, because everybody asks about Xanthromax all the time. All right. So does anybody have a hard time talking about Xanthromax? Raise your hand if you feel like it's confusing for you to talk about. All right. Is there anybody on this call who is not using Xanthromax? No, everybody's using it? Okay. A couple of things about Xanthromax. It is, number one, it is an unbelievable anti-inflammatory. All right. I have people that will take it and the next day say, oh my God, I am totally pain-free. I have, my joints aren't hurting me. So that's a big deal. It's also a really great antioxidant. It's better than resveratrol. Resveratrol. It fights over 60 different cancers. So write these down, guys, so that you have it. So it's a great anti-inflammatory. It's a great antioxidant. It fights over 60 different cancers. It's proven to the xanthrohumol inside of the Xanthromax is proven to fight 60 different cancers. We're not just saying that. It's not a medical claim. If you Google xanthrohumol, it talks all about it. It boosts your immune system. So people who take it, I've been giving it to my kids too. I know you guys heard a million times about me, how I usually get sinus infections. I have not had one this whole year. My kids too. My kids have not been sick. And my little guy he got sick last week or 2 weeks ago, whenever that was. One day he was sick. He had the fever. He was totally fine the next day. Like nothing wrong with him the next day. And I really feel like the recovery from the Xanthrohumol, the Xanthromax, is a really big benefit to people. All right. It also helps with anti-anxiety. So people will notice that. Weight management, high cholesterol, obesity, there's just a plethora of things that it helps. So you really want to get it in your system. Metabolic syndrome, insulin resistance, which I'm going to post in the Happiness Tribe, a whole thing on insulin resistance. People don't know if they're insulin resistant because you don't typically feel it. Like you get obese, you feel tired all the time, you're craving carbs and sugar, and people just think that that's a way of life, but it's actually something. It's like a disorder, or however you would say it, but it's definitely, you get skin tags, right? Did somebody want to say something?
No, I just said it's a precursor. Those symptoms are precursor to the diabetes,
Yep.
cancers, all of it.
Mm-hmm. Thanks, Ro. Ro, you want to give a little more about that? Because obviously you could talk about it better than I can.
Well, it's just that the basis of all diseases today is inflammation, and the xanthohumol is just an incredible product that really does all the things that Marie was just saying. And if you can arrest those things, and a lot of you are much younger, if you can arrest those things now, God, you're going to have a great long life, truly. But the product, cancers, heart disease, diabetes, it's all about inflammation. So if you can get that down with taking one pill a day as opposed to several other products, it's worth it. This is the most simple way to get and accomplish something that's preventative.
Yep.
I'll also say too, for me, I haven't been selling a lot of Xanthomax because I don't really know what to say about it, because it does so many things that I really don't know what to bring up. But by posting today that my results are using dose, every single person that has ordered from me today bought both. So if you say in your testimony that you're using both, you're more likely to get them to order both because of that's how you got your results. I know Courtney Ballard, I think she's on here somewhere. She's sold a lot of Dose, and it's because she's always talking about how she's using Dose and using both products, and that really makes a world of a difference. And her doctor even told her that the coffees are really good, like, way to basically get what you want as far as losing weight. But the Xantho Max will help you keep it off because it helps repair the metabolism, and it really helps with maintaining your weight long term. So I think, I don't know, it just seems like there's so many things that it does, like cancer y'all are talking about and all these things, but it just seems like I don't understand why so many people are so worried about the scale. Like, that's literally all they care about. I'm like, you can be happier and not have cancer and have zero inflammation and have no illnesses, and they're like, okay, just give me the coffee. And I'm like, okay. But the minute you tell them it also helps with weight loss, they're like, okay, I'll order that too. So I've just been talking about it helping with weight loss as well, because that's when they want to order it. When you talk about it just helping with all the other things, I don't know. It's like people don't order it. That's so weird. But anyway, Courtney's doctor broke it down really good for me, because I was like, okay. Yeah, Landon, sorry. Anyway.
We love him on the Zooms. So does anybody have any questions about the Xanthrohumol? No? Is everybody frozen? What's going on here?
You're frozen.
Okay, yeah, everybody was frozen. I don't know what was going on there. Is everybody, okay, I see people moving around now. All right, so that's what I wanted to talk about Xanthro Max today. We could talk about some other things. We could talk about the mud mask next time, being that we're doing that. There's a whole bunch of things that we could get into. Oh, you guys, sorry, you guys wanted to talk about Pure. I wanted to talk about Pure. Pure they just changed the formula, so everybody knows. They changed it over the summer, and it was not available for a while. So basically what you do is you take the Pure drops and you drop them in your, any kind of drink, right? If you were to put them in water and you let it sit for, 10 or 15 minutes, you would see that the water becomes totally clear, and that you would get you'll get a thin film of actual heavy metal that comes out of the water, which is crazy. It's crazy. Now, I don't know if they're going to announce it at convention, but I know we spoke about it. It was supposed to be out already. I've seen it. It's amazing. Over the summer, they were introducing a filtration system, because when you put the Pure drops in, so they did this whole, not experiment, but they did this whole, thing for us to see. And they did it in a gallon. They would do it in a gallon of water. So they put the drops in, and you would want to do it in big doses. This way you're purifying your water, and you put it in the gallon of water. You let it sit overnight. And like 10, 12 hours later, you go back and you see the significant difference in all the heavy metals on the bottom. Then we're going to offer, it's coming, I promise you, but we have a filtration system, because when they're taking the heavy metals out of once the heavy metals come out of the water, it's also taking out the minerals that we need. We do need minerals in drinking water, right? So it's taking all the minerals out as well. So we're going to offer a filtration system. It's like a beverage dispenser with the filtration system inside of it. And you would go and you would pour the water back in, and it's all minerals, and it would filter through, and then you're getting purified water that is like, it's going to be the best water that you've ever had. So that's exciting, guys. That's a huge, huge thing. When they introduced it over the summer, and there were some other guys there from Kangen, I was legitimately about to buy one of those systems for $5,000. And I said to the girl, when I come back, I'm going to buy it from you. And she was breaking my chops to buy the damn thing. And I was like, nope, sorry, I got something coming out. It's going to be $95, because it's going to be a lot cheaper than any system like that. But yes, it's coming out. It should hopefully be out after convention, or I don't know if they're going to surprise us or whatever. But you have a purified water system coming for that's going to be very inexpensive. It's going to be awesome. So, that's awesome, Stephanie. Stephanie said that she's got really bad anxiety and depression, and she's been taking it every day for the past 4 days, and she feels like a whole new person. I mean, that's the type of feedback that we get on this stuff. So it's pretty cool. Keep in mind, guys, remember our Elevating Others to a Better Life. Our team page has been off the chain. People are on it. People are commenting. We're getting really good feedback on results. We get a lot of customers that are posting their results, which is pretty awesome. So, keep it up, keep going with the page, because it's really helping everybody's business. Right. I'm just going through the notes. Does anybody have anything else that they want to chat about? Is that a yes or a no?
Hey, Maria, quick question for you.
Mm-hmm.
Dave should be getting his coffee and Xanthromax tomorrow or the next day. Do you feel like it really helped with your husband's situation, the Xanthromax?
100%.
You do?
He does not think that he would have recovered the way that he has recovered. So the other thing is, if you do a search on Xanthrohumol, and not specifically our products, but just Xanthrohumol, if you do a search on that, you will see that it helps recovery for different surgeries and stuff. And obviously, like I said, with helping your immune system, it boosts it. It gives it a nice boost. So recovery, even if you get like a regular cold or something, you'll get, it'll boost it and you can recover quicker. Absolutely.
Well, the anti-inflammatory for one is going to make a huge difference.
Oh, 100%. Yeah.
Blood flow and restrict the inflammation. So
yep.
It'll be good on its own.
Yep.
Thanks, honey.
Yep. I would definitely, and for him, I would definitely have him take the Xanthromax twice a day.
Twice a day?
Yeah.
Okay. Then
Yeah.
I might get him another.
That's what we do. With my husband and I, but we both take it twice a day.
Oh, okay.
Mm-hmm.
Sounds great. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Maria, do you take it in the morning and at night, or what times a day do you take it?
When I originally started, I was taking it with the coffee, and I was like, why don't I feel like I have, guys, could everybody else mute out because we're echoing? When I would take it with the coffee, I wouldn't feel the extra boost. That's why I tell people to separate. And, it really depends on how it affects you and how you feel. So what I do now is I take it in the morning when I get up, and then sometimes I take it with a regular cup of coffee. Sometimes I take it with, just with water. And then a couple of hours later, I'll take my Elevate. I'll take the Elevate coffee. And then I go, I pretty much could go the whole day. And then maybe like 7, 8, 9, I'll take another Xanthromax.
So the Xanthromax, it's not going to keep you up at night or anything like that?
No, it actually relaxes you. I recommend to people, because I have a lot of people that'll say, you know what, I take Xanax normally, and that makes me tired. Is it going to do the same thing? Yeah, it may. It definitely may. So I suggest if you normally get tired, start with it at night or later on in the day, like 6, 7 o'clock at night. This way you're not crashing throughout the day. And then try on a day where you don't have to be up and running, then try it during the day to see actually how you feel. Anybody else?
Hey Maria, it's Courtney.
Hi.
Hey, I was just going to touch on what Brittany was saying. Another thing that my doctor had mentioned to me was that she said basically that the properties that are in the Xanthromax is actually stronger than a regular prescribed antidepressant, and it has a long-term harsh side effects. So she said that she's actually going to be looking into offering something like that. So she might be signing up as a promoter. So that speaks volumes that she's been a doctor for 26 years. And
Yep.
so she's super excited about it. She's actually been taking it. I actually took her a pack to take to try it out. And she called me yesterday and was like, holy crap, girl, what is this stuff? I feel amazing.
Yep.
She's like, I knew it was awesome, but I had no idea how powerful it was because, she's like the proprietary blend or whatever it's called. So, but yeah, she's super excited about it. So I just thought I would share that. If she's a doctor, like I said, to me,
Yeah.
that was huge because, she's willing to actually promote it to her clients. So
Right. When Dr. Norma is she's on our medical advisory board. When she saw the ingredients in the coffee and in the Xanthromax, she's also a master herbalist, right? So when she saw all the ingredients, she was like, you cannot get a better combination in both of them. You cannot, it's like a home run for making your body feel the way that it feels. So it's really good stuff. Ro just sampled 2 people who came to her door. She dosed them up. If people aren't feeling the effects right away, guys, you have to keep in mind, not every physical body is the same, right? Not everybody is going to, like, something that works on me right now may not work on me in a year from now, or 5 years from now, or 2 weeks from now, So you really have to just listen to your body and see what works for you, right? So when people say, well, should I take it at this exact time? Like, oh, you had such great results. I'm going to do exactly what you did. I'm going to take it at this time. I'm going to eat this. I'm going to do that. That does not mean it's going to work for you guys, because you're just going to set yourself up for disappointment. You have to find out what works for you, right? Take it at different times, move it around. I promise you, whatever way, once you feel comfortable in the way that you're taking it and it's working, you're going to feel amazing. But you cannot force people to say, well, you have to take it like this, and give people suggestions on how you take it. That's why, like this morning or yesterday, I don't remember what it was, I posted on our Tribe page, I take my coffee, comment below. This is because not everybody wants to drink coffee. So if you give people different options, scroll through and say, oh my God, look, this is on the Tribe page, and somebody's putting it in yogurt, and somebody drank it with orange juice, and somebody made brownies with it. And you know what I mean? It's different ways that you're getting it in your body that people may not think of. Right? So what works for one person does not mean it's going to work for somebody else. Be patient with them and just figure out ways to help them out. Yep. Dr. Norma Kirby is she's a master herbalist, but she's on our medical advisory board.
Maria, were we going to talk about auto ship and the website and stuff like that?
Yeah. Those are the last couple of things I want to touch base on. So I know that everybody feels like the website has been funky. The front end of the website, that's it. That's how it's going to be. I don't foresee them making any changes to it. The back website, we have to get acclimated with it. So things like MAP, right? I know people have been having a hard time with MAP. I just did 2 of them this morning. I'm able to go in and create maps. Some people are having a hard time creating maps. Britt, did you say that people couldn't do it tonight? Did you hear that anybody couldn't do it tonight?
Everything has been working perfectly.
Right.
So if it hasn't been working great for you, then there's an issue that you don't know how to overcome. And that's it. Like there's nothing wrong with the website. Our team has done like
15?
$15,000 to $17,000 in volume today. Today. So if there was something majorly wrong with the website, there's literally no way that we would be able to do so much volume. So I know for sure, 100%,
It's working.
things are working correctly. So if you or your customers are having issues with it, there's probably something that's going on that you're unaware of how to overcome it, or something that you're doing that's not 100%. So if you're having multiple issues over and over and over,
Mhm.
let us know so that we can walk you through it. And I'm probably going to do tonight, just literally create a fake account, because we've done this multiple times. We've created fake accounts. We've went through and ordered so that we know what to tell our customers. So I strongly encourage you guys, if you haven't made a dummy account and tried to order something and then tried to set up auto ship and went through that process so that you know, I strongly encourage you to do that. That's how you're going to learn.
Yes.
I could tell you all day how to do it, but if you haven't done it yourself, then you're trying to tell your customer to do, you don't know how to, you don't know what to tell them, or where to tell them to click and things. So we're probably going to just screen share and do a video of how to set it up and how to set up Map, and just share that out so everyone can watch it. It's very simple
Once you understand the process.
once you understand the process. It's not complex at all. It's there's some glitches, but it's not like website glitches. It's like if you're trying to use it through Facebook Messenger, or once they create their account, you're clicking on the link that they send you in the email instead of actually just going back to the website. When you click that link, it takes you to a error 404, this website's not correct, something like that.
So-
There's just little things that you're probably doing that aren't correct. Carol created a photo explanation too. Yeah, Safari sometimes can be an issue. Sometimes it's the browser. But overall, there's no like,
Internet Explorer is always an issue.
yeah, going through Facebook Messenger to use as a web browser sucks. But like overall, there are no issues. We haven't had any. We've had well over 100 customers this month. No major issues. Like the biggest issue, I will tell you this is the biggest issue we've had over and over. And I strongly encourage you guys to do this. Just be, an advocate for your customers, is when you get them set up on an auto ship. So you have them set up on an auto ship for tomorrow because they can't set it up today, let's say. And then tomorrow goes through. If their card gets declined, because this is a brand new company and a lot of banks decline the transaction because they think it's like a fraudulent charge because this company's not super established yet. If the card gets declined, they are supposed to get an email from the company. Sometimes that goes to spam, or sometimes they may have not put their email address right or whatever. So they don't know that their order didn't go through. So you need to be an advocate for your auto ship customers and just check. Like if you have auto ship set up for tomorrow, give it all day tomorrow, but then check the next day and make sure you have volume showing up. So if you don't have volume and their auto ship was supposed to run tomorrow, that means that their card got declined and they have to go through and redo it, that's been the biggest issue I've seen. Is a lot of my customers' cards get declined, and then we have to email support, change the date, put the card in, call the bank. Like, that's an issue, okay? We'll get through that too, but that's the issue. The other thing I want to say is, if you guys remember last month, so let's think back to January. Everyone that was on board in January, you guys heard me say it multiple times. We want our customers to have the best experience possible. If they deal with issues, you might lose them as customers. So how can we prevent, just be thinking about this, how could we prevent any of them from dealing with all those issues? And I'll tell you how you will lose customers. Hey, Sarah, you can save $10 on your order today. All you have to do is set up an auto ship on the front end. Go to this website, but you have to copy and paste my link because you can't do it through Facebook browser. And then create you an account, add some stuff to your cart, create your account, log out, log back in, set up a map, That's how you lose customers, okay? Is it worth them saving $10 or $20? Is it worth them saving that to get them on auto ship for the first run? And I promise you, it is not worth it, okay? So for now, what I'm telling you which will 100% change your business the rest of this month and your attitude and your customers' attitudes. When someone says, how much is it? You say it's $50 for the smart coffee or $99 for dose. Period. Don't tell them the auto ship pricing. Don't even go into that because they don't know that they could get a discount that way. You're the one telling them that. So I would just strongly encourage you guys, if you want your customers to have a good experience, you tell them it's $50 for a tub of coffee. If you want to do both, you can get them both in a bundle for $99. Okay? Then they go to your website, they order, and at checkout, it gives them the option to set up an auto ship at checkout. They click yes, and then their next order next month will be discounted. They're paying retail for this month. Okay, you get paid more this month on their order. They set up an auto ship in one-click transaction, super simple. And then next month it'll be discounted, and it still counts for a star this month.
Yeah, let me say.
Okay.
I want to say something about that. If you talk to your customer and they're placing their order, their first order is going to be retail. That is by design. So when we want them to do that checkbox that says set up a map, talk to them and say, hey, our shipping's been a bit delayed. You may want to go ahead and set that map date like tomorrow or even in just a couple days. So we go ahead and get that coming out to you, because your main goal is you want them to establish their account and set up their map in the same month.
No, no, not for Star. For Star, if they, he's wrong. For the Star program, and this is coming from Amy Smith, okay? We have not gotten 100% clarification through the company, but Amy said that Robert said, okay,
Amy said, Robert said.
we're playing telephone here, but she said, as long as they set it up this month, that they still count as a star this month. It doesn't matter if they set it up to go out in August. If they've set it up this month, it counts this month as a star.
Gotcha.
I don't necessarily, I know she said that. I just, let's forget about, let's not even talk about that, because I can't foresee that. I can't see that if everybody did that, then there would be no business coming in, you know what I mean? And we're paying out a lot of money. We're paying $500 out if people are getting that promotion, right? So if we have people setting it up in 2 months from now or whatever, it's not beneficial for the company. I can't understand them doing that. I know I'm not disputing what you said. I know that I 100% know that she said that.
Mm-hmm.
But let me just get clarification on this. I'm actually going to see if Judy will get on the call with us next Monday. So we'll have Judy on, everybody could get on, and we could ask her a bunch of questions. All right.
Yeah. But regardless, for sure, star, no star, whatever, your customers will have a 100% better experience if you give them your link, they check out as a retail customer.
And do their math for next month.
Yeah. If you have them creating an account, trying to log back in, setting up an auto ship, waiting on it to process, sometimes the card gets declined. I promise you, it's not a good experience. I've lost customers that way, and I'm sure you guys have too. If I would have just told them retail straight up and they would have ordered, that would eliminate literally like 90% of our problems. Does anybody have any questions about that map setup?
And I'll create a step-by-step again. I know for some people, I quickly typed it and sent it over to you, but I'll create a step-by-step. I'll put it in the Happiness Tribe page so everybody could see exactly this, how to do it. What I'm finding is the confusion with setting up a map for most people is they go in, they see on the left-hand side, it says Map Manager. They go in and they don't know how to add anything to any products to it. So what they're not looking at the top that says products. You click on products and all the products come up, right? And that's where a lot of people are getting confused. So I'll do a step-by-step, and this way everybody has it. And that's it.
And Maria, they have to do their retail sale and then they have to go back in to do the auto ship. You can't do it in,
I mean, technically, no. Technically, I've been able to get, I don't know, I know a lot of people are having a hard time. I've been doing it for some people, and I'm able to go and I've been giving them I've been getting the discount for them, right away. I'm able to do it. But I think that's because they're not able to navigate it, honestly. But what Brittany was saying, Ro, is that if you just automatically off the bat tell your new customers, hey, it's $65 for Xanthromax or $99 for Dose or $50 for a tub, you give them the retail price.
right.
Just start with that. And then after they get that order, then be like, well, now you're able to get, a discount on it for $40 or $80 or, whatever it is, so that they're having a better experience, so that they don't get frustrated by not being able to navigate the site.
Yeah, and Roseanne, they can set the auto ship up at checkout now.
Yes.
So they don't have to order retail, then log in and set up MAP. All they do is when they're ordering retail at the checkout, it says, check this box if you want it to be a monthly automatic purchase and you get a discount. Then they check out and it sets their auto ship for that day next month. And it's super simple. Like the website is designed very well. It's very easy to use in that regard.
Can we just make sure you're setting the right expectation for them, because the wording isn't 100% clear in my opinion of that they're not going to get the discount on this first purchase. Just make sure that you're setting that expectation. Your first purchase will be at retail. Everything thereafter will be at the wholesale discounted rate.
Yep.
But we're getting more clarification on that. I've heard that, I know we've all been setting up auto ships, and so they're able to get their discount on their first order. But I've also heard that the company really doesn't like that. They want us to get retail and then that. So we're getting clarification on that to see if, are we supposed to be doing discount for the first order or are we not? If we're not supposed to be doing discount on the first order, then the website's perfect. It works absolutely seamless. If we are supposed to be getting the discount on the first month order, then the website either needs to be updated or we need a training video on how to set it up, because it is simple. Maria, what you were saying is at the top where it says products, add more products, that's what they should click. On the left side, it says, what does it say? Order products. Top, it says products. On the left, it says order products. If they click order products, that's retail.
Retail. Yep.
I wish that didn't even show up when you were in Map Manager. If that didn't show up when you were in Map Manager, that would eliminate 72 problems probably. But it says order products on the left. So they think, oh no, I've got all my information in. Now let me click order products. And then they pay $50 and check out. That's really the issue there. If that wasn't even there, we wouldn't have that issue either, but we do. So, and again, if you'll create a dummy account and go through yourself and see it, you will know exactly what we're talking about, and you will know how to do it for your customers. The company's not going to come kill you. Just go ahead. I promise you, go to your website, go through and create an auto ship, or like you don't actually put billing info, but go through and actually like you're going to do it, so that when your customers are asking you, you'll be able to answer that.
Guys, if you saw my back office, you would not even be able to, you'd be like, really? Like, I have so many dummy accounts, because every time somebody says they have a hard time, I go in and I create a dummy account to see if, I'm able to do it, or whatever the case may be. So, that you have, go in, create a dummy account, John Doe 1, John Doe 2, whatever, and you'll be able to navigate the site. It's not, it really, once you're able to navigate it yourself, it's going to be easy for you to troubleshoot it with your customers.
And yes, Rachel, if that's the case, if we're supposed to do retail first and then auto ship, I get what you're saying. Shooting Star would be a lot harder. If Amy's correct and ordering retail and setting up auto ship in the same month, even if it goes out next month, if that still counts, if she's correct, then it won't be hard. But again, we'll just have to get more clarification on that. We're all learning together. Like I said, it's a good thing. There's no one that's been here 2 years that can give us all the answers. We're all learning together. But I'm telling you, the people who are learning more are the ones that are going in and doing all this junk and trying to figure it out. Like, be resourceful. We're not any smarter or more seasoned than anybody else. We are all like just playing around and being resourceful and trying to learn and dig through and figure it out.
We'll just figure it out.
Or we don't figure it out and we just kind of guess. But we've just all got to step up as leaders and be a lot more resourceful and know that there's no one on our team that has all the answers. There's literally no one. You can ask Maria, you can ask Bridget, you can ask Nick, you can ask Amber, you can ask Rachel. Like literally none of us are going to be able to answer all your questions because we don't know yet. So don't get, that's the downside of being in pre-launch, but it's the upside too, because we're all learning together. And so 5 months from now, we're all going to be the experts if we can all make it through this time period. Some of you guys probably won't be here in 5 months because you're going to be like, screw this. But we hope we're all here in 5 months, because if so, you'll have a really pretty awesome check for sure.
Oh yeah, seriously, the ones who stick out pre-launch and like deal with the growing pains and allow it to let you grow too. I mean, it's going to be crazy. Like I passed up a pre-launch opportunity last year, and I'm thankful that I did because of where I am now, because this is way better. But I'm telling you, the growth and the amount of money that you're going to make because of sticking this out, sticking out the hiccups and getting through it and just dealing with the bumps in the road and just taking it day by day and doing the best that you can to give your customers the best experience, because you're going to make it thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars that you never would have thought that you could have made from
And
Facebook.
we're going to be able to look back on it and be like, y'all remember that? Oh my gosh. We had such a hard time with that. And
Mhm.
it's going to be funny one day.
Yep.
I mean, she's
Yep. The ones who drop off will miss out.
Right, exactly. She's talking thousands, guys. Like you can't even imagine the way that our comp plan is set up. It's so that the average person could make money, right? It's not set up for, you have to be a huge network marketer to actually make anything. I was talking to somebody this morning who said, I made like, $600. He was ecstatic. Because he's like, I don't have a big team. I don't, he really doesn't have anybody selling. And it was just based on his orders. I mean, that, $600 is a nice chunk of money to get started, where you don't even have a team really growing right now. So guys, the potential is seriously there.
When I'm explaining the map to my customers, I'm sure you guys do this too, but I make sure they have like 5-10 minutes, because there's some people like me who are just hell-bent on saving that extra $10, where they're like, no, I'm gonna get it for the $40 and you're gonna show me how. I don't want to do the 50 even once. I'm like, okay, we're gonna talk this through, and we just do the Facebook messages, and I'm like, do this, do this, do this. Now when you get to this, tell me. So we do it step by step, and they've been fine. They really have. So it's just about patience and how much they really want that $40 instead of 50 or whatever. But they do it just fine. If they really don't want to give me their information, then they can do it and I'll talk it through.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And
or
I'm
you
like
can get on the phone with them.
Yeah. And Rachel, I did that for my first 12 customers this month because I wanted to make sure I got the shooting star. So that's really selfish, right? That was really selfish. I just told you that. But I wanted that shooting star. So I did that for my 12 customers. Every other customer, and I literally have well over 100 this month. What I tell them is, here's my link. It's $50 or $99 and they're like, okay, great. And they order. They're never going to hate me or be mad at me because they didn't save that $10 because they don't know they can.
Right.
And it makes their experience way better. And it's worth $10 probably for them to not get frustrated and actually get the product in their hands. And again, that's if you have somebody that, like, if his mom or my grandma or something, I'm going to set them up on auto ship and save them the money. But for the general population, they are paying your retail because it's easier.
Or they'll see my post where it says, oh, it's only $40 a month. And
Yeah.
they kind of know, like, oh, is that an auto ship thing just because they've done other network marketing things? I'm like, yeah, you can get that, but I would recommend starting with retail. And then if you love it like I do, doing auto ship and saving money. And they're like, oh, okay, I don't want to be locked into anything anyway. Like, they seem happy to do that because the word auto ship freaks people out.
Now remember, if you guys are doing retail, right? At any point during the month and they're starting, you're getting feedback that they love it, that's your opportunity to say, hey, you love it so much, why don't you place an order on auto ship so that you know that it's coming, and there you have a star, right? Because it's in the same month. Right? That's the way to get it in. You could get your retail order in and then follow up, and then you get your auto ship, your MAP order.
Also, if you have someone that's frustrated and they are like, I'm telling you, it won't let me set it up, you can Zoom with them. You can create a free Zoom account. Go make him stop. You can create a free Zoom account and you can give your Zoom link to your customers and they can share their screen with you. And you can say, okay, you see that products at the top right corner? Click that. No, sweetheart, not add products or order products at the left, right there. So you can literally see what the issues are, but you won't know the issues if you don't create those Joe Schmo accounts and figure out how to do it yourself.
Yeah, so everybody, we're all on Zoom right now. So at the very bottom of your screen, it says share screen, or if you're on a phone, it says share. Tap that, and it's going to pull up a big thing, and there's a button there that says screen. Your customers can do that too. You've got them literally in a call, and then they can share their screen to you. And so you just walk them through the process. You're watching what they do. And so that's going to make it so much easier for the customers that are setting it up for them, so they don't have to give you their card number and all that.
Courtney, I'm not sure about the Shooting Star program. If they get a map and it runs and then they cancel, I would just go ahead and bank on that not counting as a star just in case.
I would think that would be taken off. Like you would lose that. You would lose the bonus, I would think.
Because it's not an auto ship customer. You basically gave them a discount on a one-time order.
Right. I would also keep in mind, guys, with anything, with any of your bonuses, with any of your, any of your ranks, anything like that, don't just get by. I'm really big on this because I see it happen so many times. You're just like, oh my God, I need 40 volume to get, to the next rank, and you get just the 40 and then you close the rest of the month, or it could be the last minute. And then somebody may return something, or a credit card doesn't go through and you lose it. You know what I mean? Always overshoot so that you have a little bit of backup.
Did they get the final decision on if they're going to put the Shooting Star bonus into our weekly pay or no?
I'm waiting on feedback from that. I asked them. So as soon as I know, I will let you know. It hasn't happened yet. Nobody has gotten paid on it yet.
And tell them about it not being a rolling 30 days.
It is not, guys, just so you know, I know there was talk, and I know Robert said on the call 2 weeks ago that it is rolling. So if you start on the 12th of the month, you have until the 12th of the next month. That is not the case. It is. I was going back and forth with him about this. It is, if you start on the 28th of the month, right? Let's say this is not February. You start on the 28th of the month and you have 3 days left in the month, right? You have 3 days to get those 12 people, right? The 12 auto ships. And then on the first day of the next month, it starts over again. And the reason why I asked them to do it that way is because it'll just get confusing. This one started on the 8th, this one started on the 12th. It makes no sense. It's not like it's a promotion where it's a one-time thing and then you lose it, right? It's not like if you don't hit it in those 3 days, you're like, oh my God, I'm never, I could never get that $500 again. 3 days later, it starts over again and you're able to do it. This way it's fair to everybody. Everybody has the same period, whether it's, whether you're in for 3 weeks or 2 days, it'll start over again the next month. All right.
Misty and Ashley Pittman Thompson are 1,000 from Platinum.
Woohoo!
And Kelly Bass, she's sick with the flu, but she's like $5,000 from Diamond.
What? That's awesome, guys. We have a week left. This is crazy. This is crazy stuff that's going on here. You know
Can
what?
you talk about current balance versus balance pending in the wallet for me?
No.
Okay,
The reason being is because it still makes no sense to me.
thank you. It doesn't to me either. 'Cause sometimes it changes and sometimes it doesn't.
Yeah, basically, you just have to go on order history, go down to your history, right? And just look on the side when you see like February 2nd or February 9th, like those, you add those up and that's what you're getting your weekly pay for, right? Everything else doesn't come through because it hasn't hit 2 weeks yet, right? Anything for monthly is not on that global webpage. It will be, but it's not now. So any monthly is totally different than your weekly. Your weekly is in the global pay website and in your back office.
Okay, so on the auto ships, I've had some people that just set up their auto ship like their first time, even though I didn't tell them to. And then if they canceled it, that's not going to count for the Shooting Star, right?
Correct.
Okay. All right. Thanks.
You're welcome. Anybody else have any questions?
Do we have a recorded link for yesterday's opportunity call? I used to love those because I used them the next 2 days.
Yep,
We don't get them anymore.
I have it. I'll send it.
Thank you.
Welcome. I'll post it in the on our team page.
Okay.
I think I have it. Give me 1 second.
Joseph's posting it right now.
Thank you.
So you guys are hoarding this stuff from us, huh?
They did send it in our little leadership chat. We'll get better at sharing that.
Spankins.
I just posted it without saying what it was. Y'all figure it out.
If they're auto ship and they upgrade to distributor, does it count for Shooting Star? I would say no.
Nope.
Has to be customers.
Yeah, tell them wait and upgrade next month.
Seriously, like
Okay.
yeah, I lost a couple of people because of that. I was like, are you kidding?
Yeah, don't do that. Let them upgrade if they want to.
Mm-hmm.
Kelly, I have no clue about the number of promoters. I would guess. I know there's a team that has probably 1,200 people. We've got 400-ish. So I would guess 3,000 to 4,000.
About. I mean, there are other people in other parts of the organization as well that have nothing to do with our lines, like, you know, that fall under Judy and Mark. But that seems pretty accurate. I'll tell you, I asked Judy the other day, I said, when we started, what are we looking at? Like, how many orders were we getting, like, compared to now? Because obviously now we're so backed up. Like, what's the difference in ordering? Remember, the company's been in business for 2 years. She said that they used to do about $1,000 in orders a day, right? $1,000. So what is that, like maybe 40 orders a day? As opposed to now, it's like 1,600 orders a day. It's crazy. Right? So that's why, you know, the capacity in which we're doing business has significantly grown. That's why we've been so backed up. And it has nothing to do with shipping. It's not shipping at all. It's a matter of having the product to create. It's a matter of having the supplies to create the product. So. Yeah, right. Kelly, you're right. Sean, yeah. The daily orders used to be done by 9:30 in the morning. That's why people had them within like 2 days, because it was out the door. It just doesn't happen right now. Just trying to read all the things. Anybody else have any other questions?
Shelly got paid an ungodly amount of money based on her volume. Should she just like put it in her bank account and be like, bank error in your favor?
Monopoly.
I don't know
style.
what to tell her. I'm like, I would be like, yay, this comp plan is legit. Whoops.
This is the thing. You want to operate as ethically as possible, right? So I would probably just be like, hey, like, do you want to check this out? Only because you don't want to spend it and have them pull it out. You know what I mean? So I would just double check. Are you sure it's wrong? She's like, yes, it's definitely wrong.
I only have one distributor and 2 customers, so yeah.
Okay.
Because she made like 4 times her volume.
Yeah.
Like, if I would have made that, I would have literally died.
You're like, ching, this is awesome. Everybody's like, I wish I had that problem. Give it a couple of months, guys. I'm telling you, your business is gonna blow up.
Yeah, there's literally several people in the company already making 5 figures a month. So whatever your goal is, the sky's the limit for sure.
Up your goal. Up it. Seriously. Customer service has really been on top of things. More people are able to actually speak to somebody. Vanessa, Leslie, if you're able to get Sean on the phone, it has gotten much better. I also think that a lot of people have been easing up on making multiple phone calls to them. You're not going to get anywhere if you call them 6 times in the same day. They have to answer. They have to listen to 6 different messages. It's a lot, but I think that has subsided a lot. So I think that's why they're able to be able to answer the phones and stuff like that now. They really are breaking their rear ends to get things done for us. So hopefully we'll see them at convention. Who's excited for convention? Me. All right, guys. Anybody have any other order of business that you want? Did I miss anything?
Have they said it when we're going to be able to change auto ship dates from our end?
Yeah, all that stuff is going to go live, I believe, at or right after convention. All of that back office stuff for us and for, all of that stuff is good. They said it should be smooth sailing. So there's a lot of things in the works.
So the same as changing like your credit card from one to the other, you'll be able
Yes.
to do that
Yep.
once they get it done, right?
Yeah,
So
should be.
having phone support on that then?
Should be. Yep. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. Once they fix all these glitches in the back office, support is going to be so much more readily available to us because they're not going to have to deal with all this, all the little intricacies. So, it's better off once we get rolling. It really is going to be smooth sailing.
Shelly, you can change your auto ship billing info already. You just go in and click. Not many.
The billing you could do.
You can change the card number. Crystal, please come with us. We're going to Dallas March 2nd and 3rd. And you can just go to, if you didn't get a happiest pack, you can go to happinessconvention.com and buy a ticket. It's $200. But I don't know when the next one will be.
You probably announce it this one.
And we
This
are
is our actual launch event. So the next one will be.
We are also doing, we're also going to be doing a bunch of regionals. I've been posting ones that are, in different areas. Mark is in Utah right now. He will be in Minnesota on Wednesday. And then they'll be in Jersey and New York they're doing Jersey on Friday and Saturday. And then they're coming to New York on Sunday. So if anybody happens to have time, you want to fly out, you could come chill out with us.
New York? Is that what you said?
Could I mute him, please? Mute him. If anybody doesn't know, we grew up together. We've been friends since we're 13. So, yeah. So if anybody has any,
And can you still beat him up?
yeah, yes.
Now she's can. I'm too skinny.
If anybody has any kind of, you know, if anybody wants us to do regional or something small in your area, we are happy to do so. You just have to make sure that there's a good amount of people before we all fly out there. So let us know. I believe we're going to do something in the Carolinas after convention. Right? Anybody else? Thanks, Kelly. I told you I try to curb the way that I speak. I've always done this, so that's why I don't like doing lives. Sometimes it falls out. All right, so we have people in Saskatchewan. We have people in Ottawa, right? Where else in Canada do we have? Calgary, Edmonton. Okay. We may have to do a tour. Got that, Bex? We'll do a Canadian tour.
I was out until I saw Niagara Falls.
I know. I do want to go to Niagara Falls. Shelly, I can't even pronounce that. We ain't going there.
Saskatchewan.
I am not going there. That sounds scary. Wherever Josie is, I'll go. We gotta go.
It's Saskatchewan.
We aren't going to Saskatchewan.
Right on.
That sounds scary. Y'all can come to Gunnersville, Alabama.
I know nothing about Canada. These places could be right next to each other. They could be across the country. We're coming to Canada. Just come see us.
We are definitely coming to Canada, and we are going to Charlotte, North Carolina area soon. So.
New York.
Come on down. We, at another time, or when we're all together, I'll tell you, or have Judy tell you the story of when she came to meet me and we drove to Canada. We drove to Toronto to do a show. And then on the way back, we almost were murdered. Like legit, we almost got killed. Like a tractor trailer was following us, trying to kill us, like friggin' murder us. I'm not even kidding. Trying to run us off the road. And we're going, she's like, go. I'm going 100 miles an hour. And then we're like, all right, well, maybe it was just our imagination. Next thing you know, he's on us again. And we're the only ones on the road. Go to the right lane, 100 miles an hour. He comes in the right lane. Go to the left lane. He goes in the left lane. I'm like, this is insane. And we got off the exit and he friggin' followed us off the exit. We were like, we are going to die. We are going to die. And a couple of weeks later, it was on the news that some 2 girls were murdered in a car. Same thing, like a tractor trailer ran them off the road. Like it was legit in Pennsylvania. Yeah, crazy. So that could have been us, and we wouldn't be sitting here right now. None of us would be sitting here right now. So yeah, it's crazy, crazy stuff. It's always an adventure. But yeah, we have no problem. Melissa, it wasn't even in Toronto. It happens in Pennsylvania, in the Poconos. Yeah, so that's it, guys. Let us know where you want us to come, and we will do our best to get there. All right. Like I said, this weekend we have them in New Jersey and New York, and that's this coming weekend. Thursday we have them there's one in Minnesota, and they're in Utah right now. So Dallas, baby. Well, we're going to be in Dallas in a couple of weeks, in a week and a half anyway. So, is there any countries we can't sell to? You could technically sell to any country that you want as long as you are shipping, right? So the company doesn't ship everywhere, but if you have a big business builder that is, all over the place, you may want to, get them involved. Say Melissa shipping to France. No, we could ship. We ship to Canada, obviously in the U.S. and Australia, where that's where we're open right now. And I know I told you guys last week, we are able, so what they did with the Canadian formula is they took one of the ingredients out that comes up like poppy seed. And so they removed that. Now that, just so you guys know, I was talking to them about this the other day. It's nothing bad. It's like same thing with us in the United States. If they test, they could come up dirty for poppy seeds, right? If you test and you have a poppy seed bagel, you could come up like you have some kind of drug in your system. It's the same thing with something in Australia, which they found very interesting because Australia and Canada usually has the same regulations, and it was not, it's different. But now that we have this formula for Australia, they're going to keep it open for us to buy as well in the United States and Canada. And the reason being is because there could be nothing in it. So really like very stringent, like the NFL, like they have very, very, very stringent regulations on what you could take and what you can't take. They pretty much can't say it. If they use the Australian formula, they can't say anything, so we'll be able to use both we'll be able to purchase and use both formulas. And it's the same thing. It was just a matter of taking that walnut bark or extract or whatever it was out of the ingredients. Anybody else? If you have somebody in a different country, the other suggestion to do is to set up an OPAS account. It's OPAS.com. And they set it up, or you set it up. Well, you don't need to set it up. They would need to set it up. And they get a United States address, a physical address. It doesn't go to a physical address, but I mean, it goes to this company, and then they ship it out to wherever, England, France, wherever. And they charge you like a base fee. So if somebody is looking to really start a business and be the leader in that country, a lot of people are doing that now just to get product out there so that, they send it in bulk. Anybody else? All right, we're on an hour and 40 minutes. A little less than we were last week. Let's see how long it takes to download this one. All right, guys, it has been real. Call me, email me, shoot me a note, text me, whatever, if you have any questions. I wish everybody a wonderful week, and let's break some more records this week. Bye, guys.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.